Hey guys, I'm Greg. This is Stephanie. This is our podcast, Living in Key West, and we are both real estate agents here in the beautiful Florida Keys. So if you are looking to buy or sell, go ahead and reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help you out. Wow, I feel like we have been going nonstop here,
Yes.
and man, oh man, I'm tired.
I know.
This has been an extremely busy week.
Well, we started off with the hurricane,
Yeah.
and I don't even know if we should talk about that first. I guess we can, because that's a big. I mean, because we didn't come out with a new episode last week. I think partially because of the hurricane. It's just been crazy. It's been a whirlwind for like the past 2 weeks.
Just been busy.
So we have a lot of stuff to talk about. But yeah, so this week started off.
Well,
with,
I think first we should start off with Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, of course. Yes, of course.
Jimmy Buffett passed away September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So very sad on the island, very somber on the island.
Mm-hmm.
And we reposted some of our videos we've done about Jimmy
Mm-hmm.
Buffett, so you guys didn't have to search for him. Went to pretty much did on the island what you guys who aren't living on the island can't do. So we
Mm-hmm.
kind of try to make it come alive for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But 76 years young.
76 years young. Yep. So that is very sad. It's interesting because I think that the island is both somber, but also there's a certain like celebratory, like there's, people are like City Hall was playing Jimmy Buffett like outside. So like when you would just like walk by City Hall. And I actually found a really cool, so I'm on the Friends of the Key West Library board, and I was doing some research because somewhat unrelated, I'm sending out our first newsletter this week. And so I was doing a little research on Jimmy Buffett, looking for some pictures and different stuff. And I ran across a handwritten note that's in like the archives at the Key West Library history department. And it's a handwritten note on literally like a piece of notebook paper. Like it has the holes in it and everything. And it's this like beautiful, kind note that he wrote to the library saying, like, if you guys ever need help, let me know, because when I lived here, before I could afford an office, the Key West Library was my office, and I enjoyed spending the time that I had thumbing through the books, understanding and learning Key West history, which helped me in my writing, and I enjoyed the air conditioning, and and it was just like such a beautiful note, and I thought like how cool is that like the Key West Library was like a source of inspiration for him, and he hung out there. But I'm saying that to say, I mean, I think that there's certainly the somber aspect, of course, in the loss, but there's also this like, remembering or finding these really cool like things.
An icon. Yeah.
Yeah, that he did on this island and things that he contributed to.
All his music.
Yes,
and everything.
absolutely. So I think everyone kind of has like a little bit of like a Jimmy memory or a Jimmy, connection or something.
So I just wanted to start off with that.
Absolutely.
So we were just talking about the hurricane.
Oh, the hurricane. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So that really hit Tuesday here, that was like the big day. So we started to feel effects Monday.
And also I just want to point out, it did not hit us.
Right. I say hit.
I know.
Yes. We start the impacts, right? Yes. But I think you're right. We should be
clarified.
Very clear
we're
with
feeling
our words.
impacts
from
Hurricane
Idalia.
It was way away from us, but we still had an outer band come through. If you were on our lives, you saw that. Waves were hitting where the southernmost point is, where I'm sure a lot of you guys have taken photos at. Mm-hmm. And it was going 20, 30 feet in the air when it would hit the wall. Yeah. It was crazy. It was not as bad as Ian.
No.
But as far as flooding.
Yeah, as far as flooding. But the waves were very similar. Someone commented on my video that I did on one of my Idalia videos that I posted, and they were like, this footage looks like it was taken last year. And I was like, oh, no, I understand it does. It wasn't. It looks very similar to the Ian.
If you were on our live, which literally it is live. Yeah. We did probably about 3.5 hours worth of live during the hurricane down at southernmost point and at the mansion by the sea, where the Seaside Cafe is, and out on the Ponce de Leon Pier. Yeah. Yeah. So it was, as Greg was saying, it did not hit us. It was far west of us, further west than even Ian was. Yep. But that just goes to show you how powerful these storms are. And that's what we kept saying on our lives, because a lot of times we're the first. I mean, you think about it, we're not going to see anything from Cuba, right? Yeah.
for the most part. So we're the first, like the southernmost city who oftentimes is actually seeing the real impacts of the storm. And so we were saying, if you are on this path, if you are going to take a direct hit, do not look at what we're experiencing and think that this is what you will experience. We're getting a extreme outer band. This storm is way far away from us. And the outer band that we got was quite nasty. I mean,
it was and it went for about an hour.
Yeah.
It was solid.
Yeah. So I actually am grateful and glad that we do have a platform that we can show that and be, if we can ignite some sense of urgency into people who otherwise, were like, oh, it's not that bad, or, they weren't that worried about it or whatever. And they go, oh, shoot, maybe we should be prepared for this. Like that, I'm happy to do that. So
storm surge. Storm surge.
So scary.
Storm surge. Say that 3 times.
Storm surge.
Faster.
You can't.
No. So that was insane. I know I make it look effortless, guys, but it was exhausting. The first time when I went out there Tuesday morning, because I'm the one who usually does the live, Stephanie does the videos, and I went for, I think, about 2 hours straight.
I went home.
Stephanie went home.
And took Winnie home.
We had about 160,000 people on. Mm-hmm. We were 150,000 likes shy of a million. I would have loved to stay to hit that million, but I was fading fast because I've been standing the whole time.
Well, I think your blood sugar.
My blood sugar. Yeah. I ate I ate my regular breakfast, but it's time for my second one. And man,
you needed water, you needed food, so you had to jump off. But I mean, that was, and the other thing that's crazy too is if you are not familiar with lives, I don't know how it is on other platforms, but it's probably very similar. But on TikTok Live, when you have that many people on, God. It's insane. It's overwhelming because people are talking to you. You're one person, and then you have 165,000 people talking to you, and it's nonstop. It's the screen is going like this.
It really. I mean, at one point, I literally just sat there and looked at the screen, and it was just like,
yeah.
And all I could see was, this guy's not even answering my questions.
Greg's like, I cannot read them.
I literally could not read them. I can't stop it because if I stop it, I'm going to be 50 questions.
Yeah. I
had 7,000 questions come across my screen. So,
and you are but one man.
And I am just one man.
Yeah. We're always grateful to be a resource. We're grateful to answer questions. We're grateful to be who you tune into.
Cut a man some slack.
But yes, have a little empathy sometimes. It's hard, especially, and also you're standing in the middle of, street flooding.
Flood water.
Like, these 30-foot
gotta
waves coming
coconuts.
over. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
chickens.
Basically
Sharks.
Jim Cantore.
Oh. On another level.
Cantore?
It doesn't matter.
Jim Cantore?
Because I was on another level than him.
It doesn't matter.
I was told multiple times that
Never
I was crushing his coverage. I just report what the people say.
It's just what people say.
Yeah. Facts on facts. So.
Yeah. So it was a little flooded down in the southernmost point area. We were still able to walk. We had like our water shoes and stuff, so we were still able to walk. But it did get pretty high to where, I mean, I wouldn't have been driving through it. Certainly,
there was some seaweed go through it, and I was like,
"Yikes, not a good idea." Yeah, and then
that was my exact reaction.
Some seaweed, some sand. It's still a little messy down there, but the city's great at cleaning up. I mean, they're a well-oiled machine at this point when it comes to tropical weather. Mm-hmm. So within a day, the flooding started to subside, and then the city's pretty much cleaned it up. You can't really tell. Some streets you can see some seaweed and stuff, but
they clean up like the major touristy spots really fast.
Yeah,
they're on it. So
and there's something else out there now.
There's something else out there brewing. I think I saw the last one, and it looked like Mike thought it might kind of veer north. Okay. Or I said that some of the models are showing that, but there were still a couple models that showed it kind of coming our way.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
So we're watching that.
Yep.
Hopefully it just goes over.
So that was part of the week. We had 2 ambassador program. Also, I just want to point out, you guys are probably like, man, you guys are really dressed up for your podcast. Well, we just came from a showing. So today's been super busy.
Yeah.
We did a live at an open house. We did our regular live we do. We actually were supposed to go to a listing appointment today, which is Sunday, but thank goodness it got pushed to tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'd be like, we would not be shooting this podcast, I don't think. And then we had our listing appointment, which is in our showing, which is in Big Pine. So that's about a 45-minute drive from here, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So we had that, and now we're here shooting this. It's been a long day, and I had my ride along last night, so I was up past my bedtime.
Yeah, you were.
9's my bedtime.
Yeah.
I didn't get home till about 10:30.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're not just gonna go straight to bed after chasing robbers. So
your adrenaline was going.
Yeah, my adrenaline was pumping. Actually, my shift was like really slow.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some pullovers, but most of it was just like traffic tickets, speeding, and not a lot to really report. It was kind of slow, and I did it at nighttime. Yeah, Labor Day weekend. Well, now I heard Friday night though, so I went Saturday night. I heard Friday night was pretty crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Winnie's down there snoring.
Yeah, she is. She's got her belly full.
I did mine. Stephanie did hers. Hers was during the day. It sounds like it was a little bit more eventful than mine.
It was a little more eventful. There was a stolen bicycle, which, it's Key West, so that happens.
I think there's one every day.
Yeah. We pulled over someone who ran a red light and on Duval Street. And then it was funny because we have mounted officers here. I think there's only 2. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think there's only 2. But they were our backup. So I took a picture and posted on our Instagram. So we have this guy pulled over on Duval Street, and then these 2 beautiful horses come up, and they're our backup. So that was kind of cool. And then there was a domestic dispute that we went to, which, you always hate to see that or whatever. Actually, the resolution was fine. And then there was someone who was in distress who we were able to help. So that was a good thing. And I will say, I always am appreciative of the work of first responders, police officers, anyone who's in that line, that sort of, again, that first response line of people who are having. Our friend actually, who is a firefighter, she talks about how a lot of times, she's interfacing with people who are having the worst day of their life, and that's always stuck with me. And so that really is true. A lot of times it's people who are having one of the worst days of their lives. And so I appreciate all of the people who work in those fields. And I was really impressed with the care with which the police officers that I interacted with treated the people that they were helping. That's the word I want to use. It wasn't like this. It wasn't a gotcha.
I'm gonna go get a ticket. Give this person a ticket or arrest this person.
Not at all. It was about essentially helping.
Let me help you out.
Yes.
Now, if you're going 20, 30 over the speed limit, that's a different story. You blatantly run a red light.
Right.
Well, you should get a ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, right? So
yeah. So if you commit a crime or a traffic violation or something, of course there is consequence for that. But I very much felt like the energy of my ride along with the person who I rode along with, and also the other officers who we interacted with, was what can we do to help? What can we do to diffuse? What can we do to, create a positive outcome in this situation, whatever that it is, depending on the situation. So I thought it was overall a positive experience, and I continue to be extremely grateful for the service of any first responder. So yeah, so we
thank you,
both,
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Key West Police Department, Key West Fire Department, everyone. Absolutely. And we actually have had 3 ambassador events, because we had 2 ambassador classes, and then we had the weather visit since we recorded our last podcast. So we went to the wastewater. Is it wastewater treatment facility?
Sure, sounds good to me. And that was pretty cool. It's on the Navy base.
Yes.
If you watched our stories or anything like that, you could have seen it. But if you didn't, well, then that's on you.
Our Instagram stories.
And then we had a couple other code enforcement.
Licensing. Permitting?
Permitting was one of them. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
I think those were code enforcement.
Oh, she got licensing. That one.
Yeah. Hold on, let me tell you.
It all sounds the same. So
I know it's and
but it's all important. So we had that, and then we went to the weather station, the National Weather Service station of Key West.
Building license code.
Yes. So we went to the National Weather Service station, which was really cool. So you guys have heard us talk about when we went for before, like just a schedule one with just regular people, and that one went for about an hour.
Yeah,
it was kind of talking out in the in the meeting area, and then just maybe a short little tour. Well, this one was like 3 hours.
Yeah,
it was awesome. It was way more detail. Yes. It was cool to see how everything operates. We went up and saw them launch one of the balloons that they do twice a day minimum, and
so they launch. If you don't know, they launch weather balloons up into the atmosphere twice a day. If there's bad tropical weather in the area, they will launch it 4 times a day. So, and basically it has this little tiny thing. It's a huge balloon. It has it's filled with helium. It has this little tiny like computer box connected to the end of it, and it goes up into the atmosphere, and it
like
sends
100,000 feet, right?
Yes, it's insane. Like so far up there, and it sends back data, and
it just drops it down.
By the time you shoot it up into or lift it off into the air and go back downstairs to the computer, you're already getting data. And so immediately you're getting all this data, and they start transmitting it up to Miami and all these other places that use the data. So they're physically going up to the roof and letting the balloons go twice a day or 4 times a day.
7 and 7.
Yeah, 7 and 7 this time of year.
Yeah.
They make it, I think it's 6 and 6. Yeah.
When the time changes.
Yeah. And they're a 24/7 operation. It's a
hurricane or not, it's Cat 5 rated.
Cat 5 rated, including the glass. It's up to 180 miles per hour. That glass.
So they don't need to shutter it or anything.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Very cool.
I know we're kind of flying through this, guys, but we have a lot
to cover.
So
no, it was very cool, and I'm again extremely grateful for the work of everyone who we've interfaced with on our ambassador program, everyone who does all of this important work in our community. It's all extremely important. And, I think a lot of times, like when you talk about like code or you talk about, licensing, you talk about these things, like a lot of times they can get like a bad rap, right? Where it's like someone's annoyed because they have this, violation that they don't agree with, or they have this, whatever. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, all of these departments exist for the betterment of the
because
community.
Something has happened that made these laws need to, or these codes.
And I'm not saying like everyone has to agree with every single decision that's made or whatever, but you understand that ultimately my impression is certainly that everyone really does want our community to be
safer.
Yes, absolutely. And like, sometimes there's certain codes and things in place because like we're trying to maintain like the historic integrity of homes, right? You want to knock it down. Well, it's a historic home. Like you can't, like, I get that you want to do that. So there's a lot of nuance to it, but ultimately I think everyone wants the betterment of the community and everyone works hard for that. And, like I said, there's nuance to all of it, but I really have appreciated hearing all of the work that each of the departments do, and to see the work that the weather team does. I mean, it's 24/7.
Yep.
There's someone working there all the time.
They're morning and night
watching
shifts.
Their social media, because there'll be people that are like tweeting in, trying to get like information about, should I evacuate? Should I, and they feel a sense of responsibility to be a resource to those people in that way. So I also thought it was really interesting at the weather presentation. There was so much, because it was 3 hours. It was so much information, and he flew through. I mean, he covered so much, but it was really interesting. And I'm still thinking about this, about how people just greatly misunderstand the information about tropical weather, and how, they don't understand what a cone means. They don't understand the probabilities. They don't understand that the track is it's one model from a bunch of models, and you really have to look at the ensemble to really understand, there's so much that goes into it. And I think even when it's being explained to you, it's like, wow, that's overwhelming. So to think of someone who has no opportunity to learn that, to be watching and trying to make calculations about, we watched that video that was from Ian, that red house that they stayed, and it was extremely high off the ground, and they stayed, and it was a video that a storm chaser had put on a pole and left. He didn't stay, he left, but he put on this pole, and it's this bit, you see the surge coming up, and there's 2 people in this house, and
it was crazy, because that went up.
It was so high. It was so
18
high.
feet. I mean, if they're predicting some storm surge, guys, you got it. You got to pay attention.
It's
Both
scary.
of the people that lived in that house, They decided to stay, and they both lost
They
their
both
lives,
died. Yeah. And the house just floats
and you
away.
see
I
the
mean,
house
what can
float
you
away.
do?
It's
I mean,
crazy.
it's so scary. So I just think that it's the thing that I'm thinking about still is I think it's interesting to think about how like more effective communication could save lives. Just being able to explain, like there's this idea, or there's actually a study that shows that if doctors, when they prescribe medicine, take the time to explain what the medicine does to the person who's taking it, they're significantly more likely to continue taking it and take it like the way that they're supposed to.
Yep.
Versus when it's like, here's this pill. And so I think that like if like, I was thinking about that when he was saying people that don't understand the forecasts or don't understand the models or what, any of that really means for them. If maybe there would be something in like research about the communication methodologies, the way information is delivered, the way, or like educating communities in the off season or something like that to where people could better understand their actual risk. Yeah. It's nuanced. It's hard because you can also, like he was showing us the tracks and the rain differentials 7 miles apart, right? Like right here, it's like flood. Right here, there's all these things. It's very complicated, but there's gotta be, I think something in more effective communication. Also, I will say this, they do a great job, but even in the last 20 years, their forecasting has gotten significantly better. He was showing us on a map. It was like a big circle, and it was like, this is what our error was 20 years ago, and then the circle's like less than half of what it was, and it's like, this is our error today. So like their margin of error is significantly less. They're always making improvements. So anything I say is not a critique, it's a observation, it's a wondering on my part. Yep. So yeah, very interesting.
Yep. So we did that. And our merch is out. Our new merch line is out. And that's starting to arrive at people's houses.
It's adorable.
And all I can say is that they love it.
It's adorable.
Just going off once again, the reviews. So here's
this design
right here. It's a
custom design for us. So it's got Winnie and Perry. It's got a Key West rooster. It's got an orchid. It's got the Hemingway house. It's adorable. It's in our Etsy store. Can you buy these stickers in the Etsy store too? So you can get the stickers in the Etsy store. You can get t-shirts.
T-shirt, V-neck, sweatshirt.
Did you put this on mugs
as well? It's on a coffee mug.
Yeah, and we have some other cute stuff in there as well. But yeah, this is adorable.
Yep. So go get yourself some merch, guys. And we're also going to be rolling out a special Halloween edition.
Yes.
Just gotta get it put together.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, we have a lot, guys. Yeah. It's just, I'm ready for bed. So let's just shoot straight to our house of the week.
Okay, let's do our house of the week.
House of the week.
Yep. So house of the week is
1314
Virginia Street. So I actually just posted a TikTok of this house as well. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. And then Greg will do a link as well. So this place it's in Old Town. It's adorable. It was redone, and it's a historic home, but it has a lot of modern finishes. And the furnishings, it comes turnkey, so you can buy it with the furniture. The furniture really takes it up a notch, in my opinion. Like, it's really pretty furnishings. It's not like sort of the traditional, like everything coastal, that's, to me, that's so predictable in a lot of Keys houses. It's like, oh, it's all beach stuff, or it's all,
no, it's almost not that antique-ish.
It is. It's almost like a tiny nod towards like farmhouse, but like not in a cheesy way. Mm-hmm. It's adorable. They've done a really good job. Whoever, the owners, they have great taste. And so it's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,068 square feet. And it is, it's right near Bayview Park, if you're familiar with Key West at all. It's a legal duplex, which is really interesting. I think it opens up some opportunities for you.
If you wanted to do that, you probably have to do a little bit of work to get it to that.
Yes.
But it is can be legally used as a duplex, which is the biggest step of them all.
Yes. So it's freshly painted, new landscaping, new decking, new siding and insulation, new impact doors and windows, new roof. You have a little private fenced yard. You have your own nice sized deck in the back. There's a jacuzzi, new HVAC system. The thing with the jacuzzi too is there is room for a pool, and we understand that the current owners have approved plans for a pool, we'd want, you'd want to confirm that if you got
buyer
into
to verify.
Buyer to verify. But that is our understanding, that there is a planned and approved pool for back there. But point being, a pool can go back there.
Yeah.
So if
It'd
you
be
wanted
a
to.
phenomenal backyard space.
Yes.
Especially if you're not duplexing it and you decide to just keep it for yourself or whatever.
You have it's got a laundry room.
Yeah.
We love a laundry room.
Oh gosh.
We love a laundry room.
Essential.
It's got a laundry room. It's adorable. And then the kitchen is really pretty. There's skylights. There's tons of natural light. It's just like a cozy place. My favorite place in the house is the loft.
Yeah.
It's
on a rainy day.
Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful. You guys can see all this in my TikTok, and you can also see it if you go to the listing on Greg's link that he puts into this video. But it's truly a beautiful house. I know we say that all the time. There's so many pretty houses in Key West, but this one's really pretty. The price has been reduced. It's $1,349,000. So
it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
3-bed, 2-bath. Yep.
So there you go. That's the house of the week.
House of the week.
So what's going on this week?
So what's going on? So Women Fest Key West is this week. So it's the popular festival for lesbians and their friends. It's designed to allow singles, couples, and groups of women to experience the atmosphere of openness and acceptance that has made Key West an internationally acclaimed lesbian and gay vacation destination. Activities range from beach parties, snorkeling, and sunset cruises to live entertainment, an art workshop, and much more. Ooh. So you can probably just Google Women Fest Key West. That's September 6th to the 10th. And then on the 7th, Key West Theater Girly Burly Burlesque Show. The Girly Burly Burlesque Show is back for a special Women Fest production in the backstage lighting room at the Key West Theater. Tickets are $35 and $65 with 2 show times, 6 and 9 p.m. And that's at 512 Eaton Street. So again, Google that. Key West Theater Girly Burly Burlesque Show. And then this Sunday, September 10th, is the Sheriff's Animal Farm open house. So,
might have to go to it. Well,
which we love.
We've been pretty busy, but
and also just saying this in anticipation of this being next week, and if you are in the area and I don't want to wait till Sunday to say it. September 11th, which will be the following Monday. Next Monday, the Key West Firehouse Museum, in cooperation with the Key West Fire Department, will hold a remembrance for the victims of the tragedy of September 11th on Monday, beginning at 8:30 a.m. at the museum located at 1024 Grinnell Street, and the public is invited to attend. So,
there you go.
Just wanted to make sure I said that as well.
All right. Very short and sweet. We have a lot more we can do. Maybe we'll do a part 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're pretty busy tomorrow.
Also, I'm sending out our first newsletter.
Oh, yeah.
I have not done a newsletter yet. I've been wanting to do a newsletter. I have not done it yet. I have so much. What made me think of it is I have so much content. I'm thinking, what am I going to put in this one? What am I going to? But so on all of our different platforms, our social medias, we do different things. So it's good to be subscribed to all of those. Follow us on all of our platforms, but also our newsletter. It's free. We are going to have things that are unique just to the newsletter. It's also a place where we can expand more. So like I can put blog posts and more information than I put in like our TikTok videos or whatever. And also I want to do like exclusive things just for our email subscribers, like giveaways. Like I was thinking maybe I'll give away like some key lime juice this week or something like that, just for our email subscribers. So if you are interested in any of that, you want to be on the email list. Yeah, that would be a great idea. Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll do things that are very exclusive just to our email subscribers. So if you want to be on that list, you can go to our link tree, which is in our TikTok bio, our Instagram bio. Greg will put it in our
Facebook bio.
It's in
all of the bios.
Yeah, but also in our podcast notes, you'll put it in there. And it's the very top option, and it's like one click. You don't go anywhere else. It does it right in the interface. So you just click it, you put in your email, boom, and you're on the list. So if you want to be on that list, get on that, and I'll start sending those out regularly. So yeah.
Cool.
Okay, that's it.
All right, guys. We appreciate it.
Yes.
And we'll see you later. Gotta go take a nap. Bye.
Bye.